we got some news, ladies and gentlemen. This was from coasttocoast.com, reported by Tim Binal. Dozens injured during disastrous team-building firewalk in Switzerland. A team-building event in Switzerland took a disastrous turn when dozens of people needed medical attention following a firewalk that went inexplicably awry. The bizarre incident reportedly occurred on Tuesday evening at a gathering for employees of the Swiss media marketing company Goldbach. With an aim towards building camaraderie among the staff, the event featured a team activity, that's in quotes, a team activity in the form of a bed of burning coals, which willing workers were encouraged to walk across with their bare feet. Although something of a fairly safe staple of such corporate retreats around the world, in this instance, the fire walk wound up being a very bad idea. Moments after they completed their stroll across the hot coals, several employees began complaining that their feet were in tremendous pain. This led the company to call for medical help, and when ambulances arrived at the scene, a staggering 25 people were found to be injured following their firewalk. Incredibly, 13 of those individuals suffered burns that were serious enough to necessitate a trip to the hospital. Authorities are understandably investigating the situation, as no one seems to know how or why so many people were hurt from performing the normally harmless exercise of walking across hot coals. Our doubts are traitors and make us loose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I always do on this show, I wanted to dig deeper. I wanted to get more on this story because we only, the news only covers, they just brush it. They just it's like you're walking down a Vegas Strip and somebody bumps in your shoulder. Right? So, I decided to go straight to the horse's mouth. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the phone, wait, what's happening? Tonight on the phone, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Jürgen Müller. Jürgen Müller works for, what was the name of the company? Goldbach? Goldbach, and actually is in the HR department of Goldbach. Mr. Müller, are you on the phone? Mr. Müller? Mr. Müller, are you there?
Very good. I am here tonight. Thank you for having me on, Toiley. My name is Jürgen Müller, and I am calling from Switzerland. It's very late or very early in the morning here, and I work for the Goldbach, and I work in the Human Resources Department.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. Now, I wanted to ask you more about this situation. You are in the Human Resources Department, so Mr. Müller, you must have been very involved in this.
Yes, it was my idea that we should do the very good firewalk exercise. I thought it would be a good team building. I saw it on an episode of a very popular show called The Office, the American version, and I wanted to do that kind of exercise, where we build the team, and we build the team by walking across the coal.
All right, so according to this story, I have the paper right here. According to the story, 25 people got hurt, and 13 of them needed to be hospitalized.
Yes, this is true, and I do want to, the media has a way of, twisting the truth a little bit, so I have come on here tonight to try and explain what might have happened during the cold walking exercise. First of all, I want to make it very clear from the start that this exercise it was voluntary. It was not mandatory. You did not have to walk across the coals. So I think setting that baseline, we are not very much responsible for the people who got hurt because we told them you could either do it or you could not do it, and the people who chose to do it, they got hurt.
All right. I understand. Okay. I'm thinking that there's going to be a little bit of culpability on the part of the company. Let me ask this. So, now a lot of times I see team building activities as like, you do an improv game or you do a trust fall or anything like that. Why coal walking?
Well, I believe I already talked about this. I saw it on an episode of The Office, and that was a very funny episode. And what was her name? Pam. She made it right across the coals. And so I knew that the people could do it. So I look on the internet and I find where can we do coal walking. And I found a man who ran a coal walking service in an alleyway. And so we took the whole...
Hold on a second. You found... Thank you, Lord Sir Lasercat. It is a pleasure to have you aboard. And Kenny's Prog Rock Jukebox. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. And Miss Carla, thank you for following as well. Anyway, Mr. Müller, you got this person on the coal?
They're called the coal walking attendant. Their whole job is to lay out the coals for the people to walk across.
Okay. So, oh my gosh, you found this guy on the internet. You had to go down to an alleyway, and that's where the fire walk took place? Mr. Müller?
Yeah, I'm still here, sorry. Yes, the firework did take place in an alley, but it was part of the team building exercise. You know when you go walking out late at night in a part of town that you may not be familiar with? You often take friends with you so that everybody arrives safe and sound to the destination. So we told everybody, hey, firework 1 a.m. and you'll need to go to this address between these two buildings and meet a man in an alleyway.
Okay, well, I think that would have been a red flag right from the start, is that you have to go at 1 a.m. to meet a man in an alleyway.
This guy was very reputable. He had a lot of great reviews on the Yelp. Do you have a Yelp there in the United States?
Yeah. I think you can get Yelp pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, this is a JELP. Anyway, he had a lot of good reviews on the Yelp. And
Oh God, the countdown started. What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
I saw a Swedish fish. Somebody dropped a Swedish fish on the floor.
All right, listen, you're gonna get us in trouble. We're gonna have, I don't know what the Swedish consulate or whatever is gonna call us. Just tell us about these people.
Yeah, so anyway, they went and they met the man, and he told them to walk across the coals. And so they all, we told them you could or you could not. It's all up to you. Don't worry about it. So they walked across the coals. And but the thing was, when they got to the other side, they got the burnt Tootsies, and because of the
burnt Tootsies. Why are you laughing at these poor people?
I'm laughing, and it's very serious. This whole thing was a team-building exercise, and I think people are missing the point about this. The people who walked across the coals and got burnt, they said 13 people had to go to the hospital, 25 in all, right? So they got the bond. They got the bond. I gave them something to talk about. They all now have something in common besides work that they can bitch and complain about.
All right, I don't think you can say bitch and complain. I don't think you can say that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Paper. The people who chose not to walk across the coals, they are facing a reprimand at work.
Wait a minute. You said this was voluntary.
Oh, it is very voluntary, but if you didn't do it, you got the docking pay for 5 months' salary.
5 months' salary? Holy cow! 5 months, that is a lot. So what did the people who walked across, what did they get?
Well, they get to keep their jobs at the full rate of salary. And, they also get to bond over having the burnt Tootsie.
Okay. Wait, hold on a second. You the cross. They don't get anything out of this?
I don't know why I have to keep explaining it. They get to keep their pay at the full rate, and they also get to bond over having the burnt tootsies. We made it a team building exercise. Boom, team built.
Okay, but you're paying for their hospital bills.
No, we're not paying. Listen, those little pussies couldn't watch.
Okay. No. We will not have that kind of language. We will not, absolutely not have that kind of language on this show at all.
I'm sorry, I will take it back. I will just say that if they didn't complete the walk, or if they did, it was all voluntary. I don't know why this is so hard to understand. It was voluntary.
It's not voluntary if you're saying that if people don't do it, they get their pay docked.
It was up to them. They got to choose. I don't understand why people have so... Why every show I go on, this all happens, and people blame me. It is not my fault.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Müller?
That's why you brought me on the show. Go ahead and ask.
Did you, Jürgen Müller, did you walk across the coals?
I arranged for the coals to be walked upon. The arranger does not have to do the walking. I had to find the guy in the alleyway.
All right. And okay, you're not paying for any of these people's medical bills. Whoa, what happened to your salary?
I got the raise because I built a team.
Okay, that's it. Hang up on him.
Please don't hang up on me. I have nothing else to do. It is too early in the morning.
Hang up on him. What's happening?
Trying to hang up the phone.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. That was Jürgen Müller here on the show tonight. Oh my God.